Today's lesson is going to be called Radial Star. We're going to be creating a picture that is a star, and we're going to use some things that you're going to be able to find around the house. The first thing we need to find is a styrofoam plate, or it can be a to-go tray. It could be a meat tray, but something that's got this styrofoam and got an area of flatness here. So here I've already got one ready. Here's my part of my to-go plate. I'm going to need a piece that I can cut. I'm going to cut out the flat part first. Let me just get that. And what we need is we need a piece that won't be bigger than half of this. So I'm going to cut it about in half here. And I'm going to make it a little bit smaller. I want a rectangle. It'd be about 4 inches by 2 inches. So if you measure, let me see. I don't want it to be more than halfway across. That looks good. Going to make sure it looks like a rectangle. Now remember, a rectangle has 4 angles that look square on the edge. Now I want it twice as long as I do wide. Now I'm going to set it here for just a minute because it's easier to see for this next part. Now I'm going to draw I'm going to take a point, find about the middle at the top, make a little point there, and make a little point on the bottom. Somewhere along the edge, and it really doesn't matter where, I'm going to put a point, and I can put it straight across from it, or it can be a little lower. I think I'm going to do it a little lower. Now I'm going to draw a straight line. You can use a ruler or a straight edge or something. I happen to have another piece of styrofoam that I already cut straight earlier, and I'm going to use that, and I'm just going to draw that rectangle out. There. I'm going to end up with a diamond or a kite shape. And this doesn't have to be real exact, except my lines need to be straight when I'm doing this part, and we're going to cut it on these lines. All right, so now I'm going to cut. Okay, so now my rectangle has turned into a diamond shape. I'm going to divide it into sections, like draw 3 or 4 lines. It doesn't matter if the pen actually works, but it does matter that it presses down. So on this particular one, it's not showing up so much, but I'm going to kind of draw it. So I've got a few lines, and I'm going to come back in a minute and actually redraw in there. Let's go ahead and finish our design. I think I'll just have a few more straight lines going there. I might do some curves here. And then it's real important to redraw through all of those. Now, not so much that you cut it, but enough that it depresses that surface so that if I run my finger over it, I can tell that I've been there. Now we're going to turn it over, and we're going to put an X on one side or the other. I think I'll put mine right here, but I'll put it with this pen so you can see. The main thing for this is to remind me where my middle is, because when I turn it over, I can't always tell. So we're going to take a piece of paper, find the middle, and now I'm going to color on this. And I'm gonna just do 2 colors. You can do 1 color or 2. I'm going to color in my designs with 2 colors that I chose. And you'll be able to see the color won't go down into the parts that are raised, that have been pushed down. I'm going to get a sponge or a rag or something, or even a brush, but I'm going to put it in there, in the water, but then I'm going to squeeze out a lot of that extra water. Because I only want my paper to be wet enough to take the print, and now we're going to print our diamond. We're going to turn it over. I'm going to match it with the center. And carefully peel it up. And that's what we're going to be doing for the os. Got a little bit extra here. I'll get that out right there. A little bit extra water. And I'm going to keep on coloring. Now each time you print a section of your star, you want to always line up that middle to the center point, and you also want to try to line up the edge with the one you just did. You want them to touch. And here's an example I did a few nights ago. It's all dry, and you can see it's very similar to the other one. If you have some imperfections that you're not happy with, you can always draw some designs around the outside. The paper might wrinkle a little bit, and you can always iron it out. Share your examples to the page so that we can see what you've done. Thank you for joining me today.